Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Good morning. Oh, California. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. I'm feeling fine. Sleepy. I stayed up late reading a book, so I didn't go to sleep till like 12:45. And y'all know I was up at 4. And it was hard getting out that bed, but I did it anyway because I keep telling myself, girl, you got to go. And I also keep telling myself, girl, you trying to build some discipline. So I can't build discipline if I don't keep doing the thing every day. Well, I don't do it every day, but Monday through Friday. So got up on out that bed and went to the gym. And we did upper body, and I am sore on the lower body, and I'm gonna be sore on the upper body. Ugh. So tomorrow's usually my easy day. I just get on the treadmill and I walk, and that's it. I don't push myself on Fridays. Good morning. Good morning. All right, it's 7:01. So let's get started because Pork Chop is coming early, so he'll be here by 7:30. So today is day 12. Day 12. Tomorrow we will be doing this 2 full weeks. Pat yourself on the back. Day 12 is practicing forgiveness. The affirmation is I choose forgiveness and I release bitterness. The Bible verse is forgive as the Lord forgave you, Colossians 3:13. And I'm going to read the full verse in a minute. Our devotion is forgiveness softens your heart and allows you to live with peace and freedom. Our action step is write down someone you need to forgive and pray for the strength to release resentment. The journal prompt is how does forgiveness bring healing and softness to your heart? Good morning. So, I looked up the verse, and Colossians 3:13 says, "Bear with one another and forgive one another. If anyone has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you." And I think that's the part that we have to remember. God has forgiven us for so much, right? Every day, I got to ask God for forgiveness. Sorry, Lord. I'm going to get better. But He has forgiven us for so much. So, in turn, we must forgive other people. Are we God? No. Is it a little bit more complicated sometimes? Yes. But we can at least make the attempt. Some things take time. I don't think God minds us taking a little bit of time and processing our emotions, but we cannot hold on to it because I'm here to tell you our days are limited. So we definitely good morning. We definitely don't want to hold on to it for extended amounts of time. I'm a person that I get over stuff really quickly. Like you really have to do some stuff to me over and over and over again for me not to get over it. But once you cross that threshold of you doing things to me, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. um, yeah. So I looked up what does it mean to forgive? And to forgive means to consciously decide to let go of resentment, anger towards someone who has harmed you. Essentially releasing the desire to punish them. That's good. And moving forward without holding on to negative feelings, even if you may forget the action itself. Even though you may not forget the action itself, it's about finding peace within yourself to release by releasing the burden of a grudge. So I think the important part here is letting go of the anger towards someone, letting go of you trying to figure out how to punish them, and moving forward. That's the part. um, we live in such a tit for tat world, unfortunately. Um, and I know for sure that's not how Jesus wants us to live. Is it fair? No. But I can tell you wholeheartedly that when God says vengeance is his, it really is. You can forgive and move on because God will work out those situations. Um, like my ex-husband, for a long time, I had a lot of resentment. I still probably have a little resentment toward him because he still does stuff every once in a while. But for the most part, I let it roll off my back, and I'm like, whatever, because I've seen how his life has played out over the last few years, and to the point where sometimes I feel like he's lost, and I semi feel sorry for him. Not all the time, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? Yeah. So letting go of resentment and anger, releasing the need to punish people for doing you wrong, it is challenging, um, but it must be done. We must show them grace and mercy just like God shows us grace and mercy. And like we talked about, I think earlier this week, we talked about the difference between grace and mercy. And grace is God giving us like favor, things to us that we don't necessarily deserve. And then mercy is withholding things that we do deserve, the punishments that we deserve. So we have to extend that towards the people that have wronged us. We have to say, you know what? I've wronged people too, maybe intentionally and not intentionally, and God forgave me, so I'm gonna have to forgive them. And then just work through it. I don't think anything is always instant. You know what I'm saying? Um, I looked up another thing because I think it's very, very important, especially, good morning, especially as women. A big thing that we have a hard time with, well, let me not speak for every woman, but for myself. And this is what kind of led me to my healing journey is forgiving myself. Good morning. Forgiving yourself. Sometimes it's harder than forgiving other people because you're always with yourself. Sometimes those other people are no longer in your life because remember we talked about forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation. Forgiveness with boundaries. I think I forgot who mentioned that in our live the other day, but so we don't have to deal with that, right? But we have to deal with ourselves. We live with ourselves 24/7. We are never going anywhere, hopefully. So I think forgiving ourselves is a very important step. And so I looked up kind of what it means to forgive yourself because I think this is extremely important for you to be able to heal and move past certain situations in your life. You have to forgive yourself for your past actions. And so it says, excuse me, to accept responsibility for past actions, acknowledge any negative emotions like guilt or shame. Good morning. And consciously choose to let go of them. Allowing yourself to move forward without being burdened by past mistakes, essentially treating yourself with compassion and understanding despite your missteps. So it's acknowledging, hey, I didn't do right. I could have made another choice, a better choice, but it's in the past and I'll make a better choice going forward. I can't feel guilty about that. I can't feel shame about that. I'm letting go of this I am saying and I am doing, letting go of whatever it was that has you down, whatever burden is on your shoulders about things or decisions or situations you've been in the past, and giving yourself compassion. We have to learn how to be compassionate with others and ourselves. We make mistakes. We're human. We are not perfect. Things are going to happen. Sometimes we're not going to make the best decisions. And that's all throughout life. Of course, we get better as we make decisions and steps, but some things are bound to happen, and we have to acknowledge, you know what, this wasn't the best. I'm gonna do something else, but I'm gonna give myself compassion because I'm a human being. I am not God. I am not Jesus. I am not perfect, and I'm gonna mess up sometime. So I think it's important to feel those emotions, the guilt, the shame, to acknowledge them, but then to let them go. Um, it's hard to forgive others if you haven't forgiven yourself. It took me a long time to get to the point where I had to realize I had to give myself compassion and forgive myself for decisions that I've made. Like, I felt a lot of guilt over leaving my ex-husband and putting my kids in a single mom situation, even though I was married but single. But still, I was really single. I felt a lot of guilt when I got sick and I couldn't care for my family. And I felt like a lot of guilt for worrying my children, uh, which I'm still working on. But I have to give myself compassion. Like, I couldn't stay in that situation. Should I have gotten out that situation sooner? In my opinion, yes. But I also know that everything happens in God's timing. And he lines things up because he goes before us. That's uh, someone has said that. I don't know what verse it is. Y'all know I'm not a Bible scholar, but he goes before us. So he sees everything before us. So he knows the perfect timing for us to do things in because he knows how it's going to line up. So, and that includes our mistakes. That includes the things that we're not forgiving ourselves for. He said, hey, I knew you were going to do that, and it's part of the plan. So, I hope that you work on forgiving yourself as well as forgiving others. I know it's not always easy. I still struggle with it. Um, there are still people in my life I'm trying to work through. And at one moment I'm like, oh, I'm, whatever. I'm okay. I'm over that. And then something happens and you're like, oh, I'm not really over that. So we're all a work in progress. I'll go ahead and read the devotional one more time for the people that came in. And of course, y'all know this is always recorded. Day 12, practicing forgiveness. Affirmation: I choose forgiveness. It's a conscious choice. No one's forcing us to do it. We have to make the choice to forgive others and ourselves and release bitterness. The Bible verse: forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13. That's the summary. The devotion is: forgiveness softens your heart and allows you to live with peace and freedom, which is true because if you're not holding on to the resentment, the anger, the need to punish someone, and all of those things, you have a more peaceful heart. Action step: write down someone you need to forgive and pray for the strength to release resentment. I hope that we all do the action step, myself included. The journal prompt: how does forgiveness bring healing and softness to your heart? And just like I said, it softens your heart. It allows you peace and freedom because you're not holding on to that anger and bitterness, which can make you physically sick. Believe me. So I hope that today's devotional, even is kind of a not that the other topics haven't been serious, but when we speak about forgiveness, it's like, you don't know what that person did to me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they said to me. You don't know how they treated me. Da 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 da. Baby, if I could tell you the things I've been through in my life and the people I've had to forgive, I understand. But it's what we got to do because God forgave us. It's what we got to do. So I hope that this devotional helped this morning. Again, tomorrow is Friday, and we will be doing 2 full weeks of the devotional. So I'm so proud of you, ladies. I'm proud of myself. Everyone, pat yourselves on the back. Whether you are watching the replay of this or you are live with me, I love you. I don't know what we're going to talk about next, but I told you I might take a few days off and then I might not. But we will continue on with another devotional. I think we're going to work on a lady from the Bible. So if y'all have some suggestions, let me know. Make sure that you are subscribed, that you have your bell notifications on so you can come live with me in the morning if you have the opportunity. And also make sure you share this with someone that may need it. Yesterday we got kind of, I got kind of preachy. Today, just forgive. That's all I can say. Just forgive. It will help you. It'll help you more than it'll help the other person. Just forgive. So it's 7:15, and if y'all have anything y'all want to say, I'll stay on here another minute. I'm sleepy, y'all. Hope poor Chop want to go to take his nap early this morning. I have a vlog for y'all up this evening. It's a what I ate in a day vlog on Weight Watchers. Thank you for spending your mornings with us. Oh, no problem. I love it. I'm glad, Carolyn. I've been praying for you. I know what that feels like. But what has been lost can be found again. I pray for all of y'all. I really do. I always, I pray for the women that read this devotional. I pray that I'm helping someone. Well, not me, but God. I pray that this is helpful. I pray that this becomes a habit for all of us to spend a few moments with the Lord, whether it's in this capacity or just reading some verses from our Bible. He just wants our time. He just wants a relationship with us. And sometimes we put everything else to the forefront and not the person that is in control. So I pray that this helps us all. Well, if y'all don't have anything else, I pray you have an amazing day. What else do I want to say? I don't have anything else to say. I will see y'all on tomorrow morning. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll see y'all on tomorrow morning. Y'all have a wonderful day. It's almost Friday. Bye.